of the pages. This is the really bulk of your pages here is done right here. All the content, the sales content. We've done the header at this point, and now the section. So these are the sections. So basically we have sections that lay out differently. So this one, in this case, image on the left, text on the right, text on the right, image on the, text on the left, image on the right. Here we have just text and images again right and left. And right here we have text on the left and text on the right, preferably doing like bullets on the right or bullets on the left. Okay. Then we have also a thing where you can add text on the left with an image in the background. We're always kind of upgrading these, making them more user-friendly and styled differently. But we try to keep a fundamental, simple style so that Google and your readers can scroll the page and get what they need. Some people tend to get a little messy with their websites, and we kind of constrict that ability so that it's always looking clean and simple to read. So these sections can be edited or by simply going to the edit button right here. Click on edit. And similar to everything else in your area, you've got your different things. So what type of section this is going to be. Okay. How it's going to lay out. So if it's going to be text with 2 rows, image or video left or right. Okay. Video background, just text. Okay. So different things. You got options here. Image on the top, image on the right, all right there. And you can display content. Okay. Or hide it. So if you want to just hide that section. Okay. What video you want to choose. What image you want to choose. If you want to have different styles on the images, so black and white, opacity on it, a border, a glow, a shadow, all of that right there. And if it's going to link to another page or a pop-up, right there. And down here is basically your content. So what the link is going to be if the button's clicked, what the button name is going to be, your headline right here, which is going to end up being right here. Basically that's your headline and the subheadline and the text below. So that's happening right there. And then you can go into here and as well and start messing with that. You can do bolds and different things here. So if you want to go on here and bold that or add a link or that's up there, we try to keep this as clean as possible. Try not to add too much craziness to it. Just add your text is what we kind of recommend. And then right here, you can add more details and it'll open up on a separate page. So you can add more content and it'll open up on a separate page of its own. And then hit save, and now that's on there. So if we want to add an image, for example, if I want to add a JPEG, I click on JPEG, okay, and it's going to be called there. We're going to add the image. So this is the image right there. Once it's showing up there, hit add, and then you're back to sections. And now the image will show up right there. So if I want to add a GIF right here, which is an animated kind of like a movie but an image, I can click on GIF and click next and go choose it. I believe I have one right here. Add. May take a little second for it to load. And try a little again. I didn't wait for it to load. So next, add the GIF. And you'll see it kind of pop like that to say it's loaded. And then back to sections. And now we have the GIF there. Okay. Bigger, you want to make sure that the images are definitely created for web. So if you take a phone image, it's going to have a lot of juice to it. It's going to have a lot of file size to it. So you want to take a program that makes the images smaller so the page loads faster. Okay, so then you can add it in here. So if I wanted to, for example, change this from being an image to the right or left to maybe on the top, I would then go over here. I would just go image top, hit save, and then that'll now show up on the top. Okay, so if I go to the page, you'll see that image in the top and the image in the bottom. Okay. One other secret I want to share with you here today, it's a little more complex than maybe some of you are used to, but if you want to make an image, we do restrict the image to the width size of them here, but if you want to make one that's bigger, on a Mac, you would go Control-Shift-4, you'll see I have a little thing like this, and you can make this image size a little longer. So if I want to say go down to there with the image, I then take that image and I bring it into my program. Okay, I use Photoshop, or if you're going to use Pixelator, we talk about Pixelator in the adding the logos thing. So I'm going to add it into my Photoshop program here. And basically what I've done is I've created a template for myself, okay, to add that image to. So I'm going to go grab my image here. Got to go find it on my desktop. All right, so let's say I want to use this image right here, drag it on here. Okay, so that image obviously is a different size than this here, so I'm going to crop it to this size here. Okay, and now I'm going to save it as that. So export for the web, and I'm going to make it a JPEG, always a JPEG if it's an image. And now I'm saving it to that specific size, and now you can just name it anything you want. So I'm just going to put blah, 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 anything I want there, just so, and I'm going to save it to my desktop so it's easy to find. And now if I go back to the program and I want to add that image, okay, let's say I want an image there. Next. I've got that image now custom for that. So now if we go down here, you'll notice that image. Oh, I was on the wrong thing. Let me switch it back here. So I did it for, I believe, this one. Yeah. So let's try again. I have a couple of different windows open, so. I know why, because it's. You do not want to have an image have any kind of dots or anything in it, so I have to name that image with no dots, and it had a dot, so I'm just going to say no dots, just something. Then I'm going to go back. Okay, there's no dots, only the .jpeg on there. Click on that, add the image, no problem, and then now we'll have that image there. So obviously it's set to the top, but we want to set it to the left or right, so I'm going to go left, hit save, and now you'll see that that bigger image is there, so that's better. So we can size our own images, but the width has to stay the same because we don't want it sticking out on either side. So, but we can go height difference, and you want to use a program similar to this to decide that size. So again, we did a screenshot with a Mac. It's Command-Shift-4, and then you drag the size image. So if I wanted it to be a little bit longer, I would go like that, and I drag that image into Photoshop, and now I can just go and I maybe say, oh, I just need to crop it a little more, right? So that's how we do that in sections. So build out your sections one by one, and again, we give you help here on how to add this different stuff. We give you little tips and secrets in there, so you can use that as well in building out sections. You can add GIFs, PNGs, and JPEGs, as well as videos. So if you want to add a video, you would then add a video within the software as well. So if I can find that video right here, hit save, and now you have a video that'll show up there as well. Videos override the images. So if you're going to put a video, then it will come in before an image will. So the system says if there's a video, play the video first. Okay.